Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Moto Zone. Better late than never, right? This episode, we're going to cover the Battleborn race that took place out in Winnemucca. Got some good interviews from up there. We're also going to talk about the Triple Crown race that took place at the Oakfield with the AMP and the Pro Motocross Series. And we're also going to talk about the Baja 1000. We actually had an interview with Luke Campbell, a local Northern California racer who actually just competed and finished the Baja 1000 for the first time. And maybe his last, who knows. Stay tuned for the interview on him. And then we also have a new sponsor of the show, BBL Construction. They're actually going to be BBL Tile and Construction, and actually be giving away a race entry to one of our riders selected from the AMP race at the Oakfield. So go ahead and make sure you tune in for the whole episode and see if you are actually getting the free race entry from our sponsor at BBL Tile and Construction. Thanks, guys. Up next on the Moto Zone. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Moto Zone. Appreciate you guys joining us. Right now, I think we're going to change the format a little bit. Instead of being a weekly video, weekly update, it's going to be every 2 weeks. It's going to be the goal. I think I was a little ambitious when I was going weekly, doing this by myself and having a few others get interviews definitely helps out, but it's just a lot to do. So we're going to switch to a bi-weekly show. We're going to still do interviews. We're still going to do everything the same, but shows will be a little bit longer, and we'll try and cut them up into little smaller pieces. First, we're going to jump out to the Oakfield. We'll show some race highlights, a couple edits, and then we'll come back over and we'll talk about some race results, and then also give away the award for the 4th place, just missing the podium, but that award's going to get you a free race entry from BBL Construction, so we'll talk more about them here in just a minute, and let's take it away to the Oakfield. There's a lot of people out there I would like to interview, but just time and stuff didn't work out. So definitely like to get some more interviews for the next coming weeks at these races. So if you guys are out there, definitely swing on by. I'm going to try and hang out Saturday a bit longer at the MMX race to get a few more interviews, which is a little difficult for me. But out at the AMP race, one of the fun things they did is Saturday night they had a mini race. And then CP Racing, Coker Pumps Racing, they put out some silver bars. It's really cool all the way. I think the youngest class was 7 years old. And then they did the ages, I think it was like 7, then they did a class for 10 and under, then I think it was like 13, and then like 17 and over, I believe is what it was, or somewhere around there. But they gave away, I think it was 4 or 5 silver bars for the race winners of the mini bike class, or pit bike class, I should say. They had a Sur-On race for the electric ones. It was really cool. They had one where they actually had a few of the fast guys. I believe Caden Marple won it, came from way back, passed everybody and got the silver bars. So really cool event. I know everybody was out there having a ton of fun on Saturday night. And then Sunday, everybody got back right back to business and racing. I'm going to throw up some more race highlights, a couple little edits here. And then let's go ahead and jump over to the race results. So first race I'm going to cover is going to be the biggest class, or one of the biggest classes, the 250 beginner class on Saturday. First place went to Alex Sandlin from Madeira. He won 2 for the overall. And then Race Edwards went 4-1 for second place. Ryder Christensen went 2-3 for third place. And then Wesley Martin went 5-5 for fourth place. And Christopher Iglesias went 7-4 for fifth place. Great job, guys. And then we're actually going to give away the award. So this award we started doing last episode. We still haven't had anyone claim that prize. So if you didn't watch the last episode, make sure you go back and watch it to see if that was actually you. This one's going to be a little more important since we only have a couple races left in the year. If you do know this person, go ahead and make sure you send this in the video. But fourth place in the 450 novice class, so you just missed the podium by 1. This was 24 guys in the 250 novice class, and you are actually going to win the free race entry. So go ahead and shoot me a message. We're going to pay for one of your classes at the upcoming race or at your next race if we're not there. And that's going to be first place in the 450 novice went to Jackson Del Visco, went 1-1. Rylan Jones went 4-3 for second place. Bodie Oreo, say it wrong, sorry, Bodie, went 6-2 for third overall. And fourth place, winning the award for the free race entry, is Gabe Salazar. So Gabe, go ahead and shoot us a message and we'll get your next entry covered. Went 3-7 for fourth overall. And then fifth place was Caleb Atkins. Great job, guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and read over the last race results from the Oak Field. We got, this is for Saturday Super Mini class. First place went to Trevor Lawrence with a 1-1. Second place went to Landon Duvall, went 4-2. Third place went to Luka Modica, went 3-3. Fourth place went to William Popov, going 2-4. And then fifth place went to Caden Wyatt, going 6-5. Great job. And I actually have some footage up here of Travis Lawrence and Luka and William. We were all having some great battles out there in the Super Mini class. It's definitely a stacked class. Some of the fastest riders were definitely out there. And I think some of those guys are on the AZ Open. So any of you guys are going out to AZ Open, I think Luka is. I think Travis is. I'm not sure if Landon is. I think Popov is going as well. William. So good luck to all of you guys when you go out to AZ Open. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to the Baja 1000 event. Now I know this is not a local race, but we had one of our local riders from Northern California, Luke Campbell, who, to me, I grew up racing against him in the intermediate. We were novice together. In the intermediate, we both turned pro. And then I got out of racing. Haven't seen him for a long time. But just got the word or saw on Instagram that he was racing the Baja 1000. So I gave him a call, shot him a message. I was like, hey, let's talk about the Baja 1000. Because me personally, living up here, it's always a race you hear about, but very few people will actually try it. I know some people will try the Baja 250, 500, but let alone trying to do the Baja 1000. So let's go ahead and jump to the interview that we did with Luke and his experience racing Northern California cross-country races, and then all the way to doing the Baja 1000 this year.
Look at you. I haven't seen you in, how long has it been? It's been at least, 10 years, maybe, somewhere. Last time I saw you, I think you gave me a refrigerator from your house out in Loomis or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's been a hot minute ago. Yep.
Dude, long time, man. Introduce yourself. Who are you? And how long you been riding motorcycles for? I've known you for a long, long time, bro.
Yeah. My name's Luke Campbell. Just been riding dirt bikes, man, for longer than I'd like to admit now. I mean, it's been about 30 years I've been riding dirt bikes. I'm 38, and I think I got my first bike when I was 8, and then just that's how it all kind of started. So, but yeah.
That's awesome, man. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Me and you used to race back in the day quite a bit up here at the old Riverfront Series and a bunch of races. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then let's get into some exciting stuff where you just raced probably the gnarliest race I would say in the world, or one of, next to the Dakar, if not the gnarliest. You went and raced the Baja 1000, dude. I don't even know. I haven't talked to you in forever, and when I saw the post, I was blown away. I was like, "What is this guy doing? He's like a dad. He's an old man now. What is he doing
Yeah.
out there trying to race the Baja 1000?" So tell us a little bit about your old motocross days and then how the Baja 1000 came up, dude. Like I was blown away. I was like, "What? I didn't even know you still rode dirt bikes, dude."
Yeah. Yeah. No, just kind of got started racing motocross back in probably around like when I was 10 or 11, maybe 12, something like that. So yeah, just started racing moto and kind of came up through the ranks. And yeah, we knew you and your dad, and just my dad didn't have a big racing background, so it was just all kind of shoot from the hip type of racing. And we just kind of stuck at it, and yeah, just kind of kept on moving forward. It was like we were never like crazy with bikes or anything like that. My parents were pretty we lived a very modest life coming up and everything. So but yeah, man, I mean, we just go to the races and do the best that we could, and just I just loved it. So I just kept on kind of pushing on, and racing you. And there's a whole group of dudes growing up that we just like show up to the races and just kind of battle. So it was super fun. And winding up just keep on going, kind of turned pro locally and kind of did that thing for a little bit. I mean, I won some, but not a whole lot. And then I moved to Southern California and, raced some 4-stroke nationals. And, it was kind of the same thing. I was just every weekend though, I was still there, just like whatever happened. And then, man, I was like, after one of the 4-stroke nationals, I was like, we're like, Josh Grant showed up, Andrew McFarlane, all these dudes. I'm like, this is just like so much further ahead than I think I'll ever be able to race a dirt bike. Like it was so insane, like how fast those guys were. I was like, I mean, basically kind of made me just, look like a beginner. So I was like, I'm going to kind of switch to off-road. So then I kind of started racing some off-road stuff. And then again, that was a big learning curve, kind of just ran through the ranks there, and got hooked up with Gary Jones in Southern California, Justin Jones and Greg Jones, and rode with those guys and was on that team for a little bit. So that was kind of helped me out racing as far as that goes. So we did some works racing, stuff like that. And I mean,
What year was that when you were doing those works races?
Let's see. I think I started in, I want to say like 07.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, old habits die hard, my friend. Like, yeah, I've been in it for a long time. I just love it still, It's like, so, but yeah, started getting into a little bit of off-road, and, had some good, had some bad, and just kept on, and I'm still riding today. And, I kind of got into the local District 36 series up here, and started riding some off-road through them. Won the Enduro series in 2019 and in A-Vet in the old man class. So
Dang, dude, I didn't even know you were doing all this, man.
yeah.
I thought you took a break for a while though. Didn't you have like a good break, or did you just kind of went cross country riding, went trail riding?
Yeah, no, I took a long break. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't racing or riding for a long time, but I mean, I always had a bike, so I would probably go out like maybe like twice a year, like 3 times a year type of thing, like
Yeah.
very, very seldom. But you know, and how it is now with kids and everything. It's like, it's not like we get to ride all the time anymore anyways. So, but when I do get out, it's still such a fun time. And yeah, I mean, I still really like it. So that's one thing about, racing all that moto and everything. And, my dad never put a lot of pressure on me. So I was like, I'm definitely don't feel like I ever really got burnt out, but definitely took breaks, so.
Definitely. Yeah, so I didn't realize that you did that many cross country races. I knew you'd taken a break for a little while, but that's cool that you're doing the local races, District 36 stuff. So we actually been trying to cover some of that stuff as well on the show, just trying because there is so much here in Northern California. We from the different cross country races to all different motocross races. So I want to talk about the Baja 1000. So I heard it was actually the second longest Baja ever, like 1,300 miles or something like that, and normally they're not that long. And tell us how you got linked up. Was it you didn't do the whole thing, or you did parts of it, or how did it all work? And yeah, tell us, man, like how was it racing in the dark out by yourself out in Mexico, dude?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, was a really crazy race. I mean, a lot went down, but I kind of just got linked up with Corey Fader. I'd raced with him in the Enduro series, and just some of the local off-road stuff. So the first round this year, I went up to Reading, and he was putting it on with the Reading Dirt Riders. So, I've rode Hondas for a long time and that sort of thing. So I went up to him and I was totally bullshitting with him. I'm like, hey, if you need a rider this year on the, to go down to Baja, hit me up. I mean, he owns a KTM dealership. So I was like, I kind of gave him a little jab. I was like, we don't have to switch to Hondas, but, so it was just total joke. And then probably like a couple of weeks after that, he hit me up and he's like, hey, were you serious about wanting to do the Baja? And I was like, well, I don't know. Let me ask my wife, because, I'll have to get back to you on that. But
Had you ever ridden or done any riding in Mexico before this?
no, I've never even drove across the border. So,
Okay.
I mean, I've flown to Cabo, and had like a good time in Cabo and stuff. But yeah, never even drove across the border or rode a bike in Mexico. So, I mean, luckily those guys had a little bit of experience from last year, but the team won last year, so so it was like, they had a really good showing last year, so we were wanting to come down and kind of do the same exact thing, but obviously it didn't turn out that way. But luckily they had some experience. But last year was a loop race, so this Peninsula race was a totally different program, and yeah, it was the first time it ever started in La Paz and went up to Ensenada. So I think it ended up being like 1,310 miles, somewhere in there. I mean,
Jeez.
I think the bike ended up doing a little bit more with some of our off-road excursions and things we wound up having to do. Um, but yeah, I'll give you like a little breakdown on my sections, because it was a 5-man team. So
Okay.
it was myself, Corey Fader, Jonathan Estes, Jared Snetzinger, Snetzinger. I always get his last name messed up, and then Ryan Meekum. So it was 5 of us. So it was split up into different sections. Corey and I were doing like a leapfrog kind of situation down south. So he started off the race and rode the first 100 miles, and then I picked up at mile 125, and that was that night as well. So yeah, first time I'd ever raced that night. First time,
Wow.
so yeah, just getting on the bike, dude, was it was nerve-wracking, number one, at night, being in the Mexican desert. And then once I got on course, dude, there was just so many Mexican like families just out on course, just having a great time, bonfires, just like, they were there for the race, but they were going on track and everything else. It was pretty freaky,
How do you even
honestly.
see the track at night? I mean, I've always, but that's to me, like, do you have a GPS on your bike that's telling you where to go? Or like that, because that's got to be crazy.
Yeah, yes, it was. And we did have a Garmin GPS right on the handlebars. And then, there's also a tracking Stella unit that doesn't necessarily navigate, but it kind of helps you out in speed zones and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's just like, we did a lot of pre-running. We probably did, just in our sections, like close to probably like 500 miles of pre-running before the race. So, we got a little bit, but I mean, that's the thing with Baja, dude. There's like those trophy trucks go through in pre-run, and the course is completely different after those monsters go through there. So,
Really?
um, yeah, it's just it's a different ball game. But but yeah, when I hopped on the bike, dude, that was super surprising to see, just especially at night, and then with the dust and everything going on. Um, I'd say about like the first 45 minutes in, I was chasing the 100X bike, and man, like I would catch them, and then we'd hit like some silt bed type situation, and then it would just be completely like visibility was gone, so I'd have to check up. And
Wow.
then yeah, about 45 minutes in, uh, I saw my opportunity to pass him, and it was like up this like sandy whoop section area, and it wasn't too dusty. And so I stepped it up a bit, and probably was riding a little bit out of my comfort zone, but still felt really good. Came over this knoll, and just on the other side of it was a coyote.
Oh,
And yeah,
animal,
so and
right?
the
Animal, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the animal, not the yeah, not
Yeah, yeah.
so it
Oh,
freaked me
geez.
out. And the coyote just kind of like started going back and forth like a squirrel. It freaked him out big time too. And I was just like, oh boy, here we go. And I just, clicked it up, and I was like, whatever happens. And I just kind of held it wide, and I hit him right in the, like, I think it was the head with my boot
Oh,
as I went by. But it was just like,
just
if he
skimmed
would
it.
have jumped out like a foot more, dude, I would have probably cartwheeled right through there. But yeah, that was shocking.
And that's at night. That's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
just
That
seeing
was
with
that.
your lights. That's so crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
And you'd
Yeah.
never raced at night even before. Now you're out here in the Baja 1000 in the middle of Mexico. Like if something happens to you guys, like obviously we talk about you guys' buddy out here, but like in those scenarios, is it just like if you see a downed rider, it's whoever kind of sees you? Because there's like a little bit of helicopters, but that's only for like a specific teams that have that, right? You're basically on your own out there.
Yeah. Yeah. You really are. And, I found some things out that I didn't necessarily even know about before we went down until we were, pretty much down there. Which, you know, uh, it's Baja, so things always change. But I found out that the Mexican government doesn't allow air flight at night. So, if you needed to be life flighted at night, the way that I understand it is that the government doesn't allow you to fly at night. So, all those chase helicopters that follow around the trophy trucks, they don't go at night because of that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So
That's
it was
and they were like,
it
"Hey,
was
you got the night shift. Get ready."
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, especially with how many miles, like we all knew that at one point all of us would run at night,
Gotcha.
so that wasn't a shock. But yeah, man, I mean, some of these parts of the race course were just so remote. Yeah, it really did come down to your fellow riders, stopping. And I mean, we had units that would send out an emergency alert to try and send someone to your location, but I mean, a lot of it wasn't necessarily accessible. But then also, it's like it comes down to is like if you're unconscious, you're not pressing those buttons anyways. Like the only way that they would be able to see it is like that your bike, they're tracking you and the bike stops, and that either means you're broken or you're physically broken. So yeah.
Crazy, man. After doing it, would you do it again?
Man, I mean, I had so much fun. In my sections, I felt like I rode really well and stuff. I'd like to say that I would do it again, but I think knowing what I know now with like some of the safety stuff, and then the things that happened to both of our riders with both Ryan and Jared, I mean, some of that would definitely have to change. I mean, that's a lot bigger than just small teams. I mean, there's million dollar teams down there, that would have to speak up. I mean, basically the perspective that I see it is, I mean, the way I always thought about Baja, right, was like, it's a motorcycle race, and trucks, also race it. But no, it's a now, maybe it was like that in my mind from like a long time ago, from like even like back on any Sunday or something like that. But no, it's a truck race that dirt bikes are a part of.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to sum it all up, but yeah.
You want to talk about, and then we can also link the GoFundMe. You had a couple team members have some rough rides down there.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Jared Snetzinger had a bad get off, and he broke his hand really bad, and that was one of the sections that you couldn't access him through the course at all. So he's pretty gnarly dude, and he's a mechanic. He wound up breaking the front headlight off the bike. Basically, he didn't have lights. He wired in the lights with one hand. Just like it took
Middle of the
us,
night.
it took us 6 hours to extract Jared off the course, and I wound up having to ride in and try and find him, and he wound up having to handed me over the race bike, and then he wound up having to ride a secondary bike out once we got out to the pavement back to our chase crew. So he's doing all right. He had hand surgery. So he's recovering. Our guy, Ryan Meekum, is in a little rougher shape. When he crashed, it was pretty bad. And, luckily he had the support of his crew pretty close. And, I don't want to tell his story completely just because I don't know how comfortable he'd be, but
Definitely. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, to just sum it up, is they were able to get to him, and they put him on a basically a makeshift backboard. His crew did, and they drove him from his location, which was close to Ojos Negros, up across the border, and then Life Flight was waiting for him across the border, and then they took him to San Diego.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, we'll link his GoFundMe. Hopefully we can, anybody who's able to, try and help out. But yeah, that it's one thing that I've heard many times. I've had a couple family members, parents who went down there for, a Baja ride or whatnot and got injured. And yeah, that's one of the scary things about getting hurt, not in America, getting hurt in another country. So
Yeah.
one of the scary things. So it's definitely cool, man. It's for you to be able to say you did the Baja 1000. I mean, that's something very few people on a dirt bike are ever able to say. So that's awesome, man. If you had to say, as far as like the highlights of the career, so obviously it's rough, but at the same time, how long were you down there for? Is it like a couple weeks that you actually went down there beforehand, and then you did the race? And how many days was the actual race for you guys?
Yeah. So we went down a couple weeks early just to get some pre-running in. I mean, just the drive alone, we drove over 4,000 miles for
Jeez.
down there and back. So it was like, yeah, I mean, just a crazy amount of mileage. So I had a couple buddies that, were willing to sacrifice the time, and came down. Adam Carpanetta, Jamie Wheeler, and Flip Phone Eric, what we call him. So all three of those dudes came down with me, and really helped out as far as driving. I mean, the roads down there are insane, dude.
Really?
Like, yeah, just like they're death roads basically. There's crosses lined up all the way down. I mean, the roads they're so narrow, and there's just a lot of sketchiness with the driving that goes on. But yeah, so we went down, and yeah, it was insane. I mean, the driving honestly was probably scarier than the racing.
Really?
Yeah. It was pretty gnarly. I mean, there's definitely some parts of the racing that took the cake over it, but I'd say for like continuously, I felt a lot safer on the bike than driving.
Wow, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, that's why I love America. As bad as it could be, it's a good place compared to a lot of places. So
100%. Yeah, and that was a really good reminder on how good we have it as far as just the roads. I mean, we both live in California, so we know like how bad the roads can be sometimes. But man, they were like just glass compared to some of that stuff. And then just like the poverty and things, and just like how lucky we really do have it. So that was a great reminder. I knew it was back there, in the back of my mind, but it's always, it's another good reminder on how lucky we are. So
Yeah, some people I hear people complain about California when I was doing the nationals this year, and some of the places I went to. I mean, you know, Rio Linda. I would people like, well, what does it remind you of out there? Like, ah, it's like Rio Linda, and they're like, what? I'm like, I don't know how else to describe some of these East Coast places. Like, track would be beautiful, lush green everywhere, and then you leave the track, and it's like, all right, what? This isn't, you know. We got it really nice here in California, and then I can only
Yeah.
imagine, you know, going outside of the United States, got to be, you know, a whole different level.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the future, man? So you've got the Baja 1000 checked off. So now are you just gonna kind of keep just doing random cross country local races type things? Is that kind of what you're doing these days?
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever like totally have a tentative race schedule. It's just kind of whatever the breeze picks up, you know? So like if something sounds fun, I'm gonna go probably race it or ride it. Um, I mean, there's, obviously it's kind of crossed my mind. I mean, for how good we were doing, we were third in class and seventh overall out of all the bikes before now mile 900, and that's when everything kind of fell apart. But part of me wants to go back and just to, you know, kind of maybe check that part off. But I mean, ultimately, what it came down to is everyone stepped up and we finished that race, and that was a huge part. So, I mean, I can say I'm satisfied for the most part, but yeah, I'd like to go back down to Baja maybe, but and like I said, I mean, a lot would have to change. So, we kind of have been thinking about maybe just promoting more of like the off-road racing that we have here in the States, is like maybe doing the Mint or Vegas to Reno, or some of the just even the Moran races. It's basically the same thing. It's all desert. It's just probably safer, and yeah, I mean it. There's a lot of great off-road racing locally too. So, but yeah, who knows, man? I mean, whatever the breeze kicks up, I don't have a schedule. I just kind of play it by ear. I mean, as long as the family is good and everything, and my kids are happy, then I'll go racing. But if I got to stick around and I'll miss a race, it doesn't matter to me.
Awesome, man. Yeah, dude, that's super cool. I was pumped when I saw you. I was like, no way, dude. I couldn't believe you were doing the 1000. That's like for me as like I think I've done 3 or 4 cross country races. I got stuck under a bike one time and I was like, I'm over this stuff. Like I don't want to sit around and wait for someone to pick up a bike off me. It was like right when we got on 125s, Lilliputian. I just got the
Oh
whole
yeah,
shot, thought it was motocross, go as fast as you can, and you have no idea where you're going. You just end up under a bike, and you got to wait for a worker to help you out. And I was like, nah, I'll wait. I'll go back to motocross. So,
yeah,
that's a race I definitely never think I know I'll never do is Baja 1000. So I'm cool. I'm glad I know someone who actually completed it. So thanks, man. I can say at least I
yeah.
know
Of course.
somebody. Hey, do
Well,
you wanna list off the sponsors and everybody that helped you guys get to that race? And then we can kind of link some stuff as well for them, since obviously I'm sure that's not a cheap event to get to, and maybe if you guys will get back next year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. I'm actually about ready to crack one of these bad boys open. I'm on vacation, so the Auburn Ale House stepped up pretty good and helped us out, and then. Man, there's so many people that helped out, but Faders Racing up in Reading, they spent a lot of time and money into the race bike. 8HM suspension did the race bike, and then they actually got my pre-run bike dialed in like right before we were leaving. It was kind of a last minute deal, but it was just like, yeah, I need to get my suspension done, like dialed in, like how the race bike was. So those guys stepped up big and got that taken care of for me. Um, we had Titoni windows, and I might just have to send you a list with the link of all of them. But Sun Oaks out of Reading stepped up big time and was like our main sponsor. We had DDC Racing help us out with sprockets and everything. Bridgestone sent us like, I don't know, like 15 sets of tires, so that was a big help because we rifled through tires. I mean, it eats it up when you start riding that kind of terrain and even being on the road. So Bridgestone helped out big time. Man, I'm trying to look over. We have a couple local clubs that helped out big. The Reading Dirt Riders stepped up huge. Um, So yeah, anyone that's local looking to join a club, I'd say definitely Reading Dirt Riders, or the club that I'm a part of is the Nevada County Woods Riders. They helped out. Rod from the club helped out big time and put on a little ride for me before I left, and we were able to raise a little bit more money, so that was a big help. But yeah, there's Climb sponsored us, so big shout out to Climb. They gave every single dude a full set of gear, helmet, all the way down.
Wow.
So that was a big help. Yeah, I mean, anything helped. It was really expensive race and everything like that. But I think between all the fundraising and thanks to everyone that donated to our fundraising efforts, it made a big difference and helped alleviate some of the stress while down there. So thanks to everyone that donated and bought a shirt and everything too. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know how I missed like all your fundraisers and everything else. I feel like I followed you and stuff, but you gotta work on it with your publicist and get yourself a little bigger, man. You know?
yeah, I have to work on myself a little bit there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's awesome, man. Well, it's cool, dude. I'm super pumped on you being able to do that. And yeah, if we can help get some more sponsorships and get some people to go out to your sponsors and buy some stuff, it's definitely amazing, man. So, are you gonna do any more motocross anymore? Or are you kind of just cross country, just a trail riding, tree hitting, cliff riding type of guy?
No. I mean, no, dude. I still love moto. I don't ride it that much anymore. So I mean, it's been a while since I've been to the track. I went. I did go to Hangtown, I guess, this year. Like that was probably like 3 or 4 months ago. So that was fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I need to get out. I mean, love to hit the track with you at some point.
Yeah, I blew out my wheel. I don't know, last month. I got another one. My buddy Shane says he's got one for me. It made me second guess how much I love drones. I didn't crash at all, but like I was like, dang, I'm not really risking myself too much with a drone, but a dirt bike, it hurts. And I can't do one lap at pace yet, and so it's kind of discouraging. Who was I talking to? I was talking to one of my buddies yesterday. Oh, I was talking to Jimmy Hazel, and he was talking about when he
Oh
first
yeah.
started riding again. Yeah, he's like, dude, I couldn't even do one lap. He goes, I'd do like I'd start going fast and I'd get tired. I was like, that's exactly how I feel. Like I'll go do two sections fast, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm done. And then so I've just started going slower and slower.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm just trying. I'll get more into it, but the drone stuff's been keeping me busy. So,
Yeah. Well, and that's the nice thing about off road, dude. Moto's fun and all, but you spend all day at the track. You pay the same amount as an off road race, but off road racing, you're riding, at least 2 hours or whatever it is throughout the whole day, and then what time you're racing, and then you can just bounce or hang out and chill out with your friends. So
that's way too much, man. I want like a lap. I want like I
yeah.
want like a 4 minute moto, bro. That's all I got at me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. You'll get there, dude. We got to get you off road here.
For sure. I don't know about that. I'm not a big tree fan, so. Well, awesome, man. Well, thank you for the interview. Get this posted up and stuff. And again, great job out there. And then we'll get together and we'll definitely do some riding soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. Yeah, it was great catching up with you, man.
All right, bro. We'll catch you later.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Wow, Baja 1000. Man, that sounds crazy. I still can't believe that Luke did it. That's one race like I said, I don't think I'll ever do. I have no want, desire to go out there and risk it like he did. It sounds like he had an awesome time. Very cool. Yeah, I never knew you couldn't fly helicopters at night when those guys were racing. That's pretty crazy. Up next, we're going to go ahead and jump over with the Hatfield family. They did some interviews for us out at Winnemucca for the Battleborn race. We'll go through those interviews, and then we will go ahead and follow it up with some race results. And then we'll come back and talk about the next episode, what we'll be covering in those, and some upcoming races. So we'll catch you back right after we do with these interviews.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. What's your name and how old are you?
My name is Charlie Bagan. I'm 9 years old.
What classes do you race, Charlie?
I race the 65, 10 and under, and the 65 open.
How long have you been riding dirt bikes and how long have you been racing dirt bikes?
I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 6, and I've been racing 4 years now.
Awesome. Is there anybody that inspires you to ride your dirt bike?
Mason Olson.
Mason Olson does?
Yes.
Is there anybody else that you can think of off the top of your head?
Hunter Lawrence.
Hunter Lawrence? Nice. How about anybody in our local moto community that inspires you to ride?
Let's see here. Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad? Love it. Do you have any standout wins that you're really proud of?
I'm proud of last year, and I took first in the 57 and up
Nice.
class.
Nice. How you doing this year?
I'm doing good.
Love it. Love it. Do you have any gnarly crashes you want to talk about?
Well, half of my gnarly crashes were in East Street.
Okay. We just got done with East Street last weekend. How'd you do?
I did good. I beat Jenkins,
Attaboy.
and I battled with my friend Parker.
Oh, nice. Do you have a favorite track in the BBMX series?
My favorite track is Hangtown.
Hangtown?
Hangtown.
What do you like most about Hangtown?
All the big hills and jumps.
All the big hills? How'd
Yeah.
you do at Hangtown this year?
I got second
Good.
overall.
I was watching you. You had a gnarly crash, and then you came back and you battled back for second that race, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dude, that's inspiring. I've never seen your dad jump a fence that fast in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about this track? We're out here at Winnemucca.
My favorite part is going over the huge single and going double triple.
The double triple? Nice, that's a fun part.
Going
huh?
double.
So this video is going to be seen by a lot of people. Do you have anybody you want to thank in particular? Your sponsors or whoever gets you to the track? Whoever paid for these bikes that you ride?
I want to thank Mom and Dad. I want to thank Nana and Grandpa. I want to thank RMS. I want to Mojo Motorsports, Jim Bagan, Toyota, Flow Vision, Max X, and Mojo Motorsports.
Very cool. Hey, one last thing. Can you give me your best two-stroke sound?
Okay.
Today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Tom?
I'm good. Can you introduce yourself to me, please?
My name is Daniel Bagan. I'm Charlie Bagan's dad.
Perfect. What inspires you to watch your boy ride?
It really inspires me to watch my son ride because he has a lot of fun doing it. I really enjoy how happy it makes him, and it's a lot of fun.
Perfect. What's it like being a coach, mentor, and mechanic for your son?
Being a coach is a lot of work. Being a mentor is a lot. Mechanic, sponsor, it's a lot of work, but I really enjoy it, and I know he enjoys it, and we have a lot of fun together.
Does the bank account enjoy it?
The bank account takes a little hit,
Yeah.
but it's all worth it at the end to see the smile on his face.
I love it. I love it. Do you have anybody you would like to thank that helped you get here with your son, Charlie?
I would really like to thank my wife, Natalie,
Okay.
because she inspires us and pushes us to come out here and helps out tremendously. So, yes, definitely my wife, 100%.
Good. Can you do me one last thing and make your best two-stroke sound you can?
My best two-stroke sound is...
What up, man?
So
How you doing?
good.
Good. Can you introduce yourself to me for me? Or can you introduce yourself to me?
My name is Aiden Paget.
How old are you?
19.
What class do you ride?
C.
C class?
Yeah.
450, 250?
125, 250.
125C?
450.
Nice, nice. Who's this guy next to you?
My brother.
Your name and age?
My name's Rylan Paget. I'm 16 years old.
What class do you ride?
C.
C class?
Yeah.
450, 250?
450, 250, and 125, 250.
Nice. How long you been riding?
3 years.
3 years? You been riding for 3 years and you throw it sideways like that?
Yeah.
Jeez, dude. Who's this guy next to you?
I'm Chris Paget, their dad.
Chris, I don't need to tell you. You don't need to tell me your age, but what class do you ride?
38B.
38B. Nice. How's everything going for you?
Good.
Cool.
Last race.
Last race of the
Yeah,
season.
get a little break now.
We're out here at Winnemucca, and this is the 10th race of the season, or the series. What's your favorite part about Winnemucca's track?
That it's available. It's fun, competitive.
Nice. Out of all the series tracks, which one's your favorite?
Riverfront, but we didn't get to do it this year.
Yeah, Riverfront. It was a little bit hot this season. All right, going back to Rylan. How long you been riding, Rylan?
3 years.
Oh, sorry. How about
Wow.
Sorry.
Have you been drinking?
Sorry. Aiden, how long have you been riding? We didn't get to that.
I've been racing for only 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been riding dirt bikes for?
3.
3 years? Who inspires you to ride your dirt bike?
My dad.
Anybody in particular? Your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about you, Rylan? Who inspires you to ride?
Both of them.
Same?
Yeah.
Your brother and your dad?
Yeah.
So it's just a
Because
family
I never
affair,
really wanted to ride when I was little, but he always did. And then he kind of encouraged it, so then we finally started riding.
Nice. Chris, how about you? Who inspires you to ride?
Jeremy McGrath.
Jeremy McGrath?
Yep.
Do your boys give you any inspiration?
Well, no, I just hate on them
No.
now. It sucks. They're a lot faster than me.
Dude, these kids are fast, dude. Anybody in our local moto community that you'd like to thank? And
Oh, everybody. I mean, BBMX, all the staff, just all the families. I mean, I wouldn't give up these weekends for anything. It's a lot of fun out here.
you have any standout wins you want to talk about? I know you've been riding for a long time. You got some wins under your belt, don't you?
No.
No? What about you, Rylan? You got any standout wins that stick out in your mind?
No, not really.
No?
I mean,
Just all of them?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the best one I had was the first E Street and then the first Fernley this year. I went 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And then, yeah.
So you're just taking all the trophies home, huh?
I was at the beginning of the
Nice.
year, but it's fun.
Aiden, how about you? You got any standout rides that you want to tell us about?
Not really.
No? No?
Any good crashes?
Uh,
Any good get-offs?
Nothing?
That's a plus.
Yeah.
not
If
really.
you don't have any good rides, you don't have any good crashes. That's a good season.
It's hard for them to watch his brother win.
Oh, yeah? No? Stuff them in a corner.
Good competition.
No, because I take myself out.
Oh. The trick I learned is you wait for them to come around and then you stuff them.
What's your favorite thing about riding with your brother?
Probably just the sportsmanship, because we're always super close, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, one of us could be first off the start, one of us could be last, and we'll end up together somehow.
I love it. What's your favorite track in the BBMX series?
Probably the Elko Arena Cross track.
Oh, that was
this year.
fun.
Yeah, I really like that one.
That was the first year on the circuit.
Yeah.
Any advice?
Yeah, do you guys have any advice for up-and-coming new riders?
Yeah. But,
Keep trying.
yeah, just keep trying, I guess. I mean, keep a positive mindset towards everything. You like track changes you might not like. Just keep looking forward to it, because that positive mindset's going to keep you going long.
Nice. Rylan, you got any advice for the up-and-coming riders? If this was my first season, what advice would you give me?
Just don't freak out on the gate, kind of like how I do. Even to this day, I'm always
Okay.
freaking out on the gate.
Gives you butterflies, right?
Oh yeah, every time, no matter what. That's like a main thing, because that it can ruin your moto. Just sitting there freaking out, overthinking everything. So just don't overthink. How should I word this? Don't feel like it's like a Loretta Lynn's national, pretty much. Like you have to win.
Right.
And you have to try really hard.
Race each race is an individual race, right?
Yeah, just ride, just have fun for
Love
the
it.
most part.
How about you, Dad? Any advice
Parker?
for the families, the brand new moms and dads that are coming out here and expect their kids to win right off the bat? The moto dads that are out there in turn 2 cussing at their kids because they're not going fast enough?
No, you don't want to be those parents. Just come out here, hang out with your friends, family, have fun, watch races. It's all about the kids having fun.
Love it.
And us old people getting out there a little bit too.
So this is going to be seen by a lot of people. Can we throw out some sponsors and some supporters that got us here?
Yeah, I mean, our shop Airs sponsors the series, so, it's awesome.
How do you get in contact with them?
Just call 775-331-4553.
Perfect. Brakes, alignments, everything else?
I'm gonna need some of
Love
your
it.
best dirt bike sounds as well.
Yeah. Can I get best 2-stroke sound going through the whoops, please? 2-stroke going through the whoops. No?
I can.
All right, let's hear it.
No.
All right.
How about
Rylan.
4-stroke?
Rylan, let's hear your start to the first corner.
No, it's a car. That's a car. I can't do it.
Love it. It sounds like a Mazda.
Like right here?
That's fine. How you doing today, bud?
Good.
Good. Can you introduce yourself to me, please? Name and age?
My name's Billy Smith, and I'm 12 years old.
Perfect. What classes do you race, Billy?
65, 10 and up, 65 open, and 85, 12 and under.
Perfect. How long have you been riding dirt bikes?
Since I was 4.
Since you were 4? How long have you been racing dirt bikes?
I think I was 9.
9 years old? Is there anybody that inspires you to ride your dirt bike?
My dad.
Your dad, he inspires you?
Yeah.
Through fear?
Maybe.
Anybody in our local moto community that inspires you and helps you out?
All my friends and family.
All your friends and family. Do you go through any trainers or anything?
Yeah.
You do?
Mason
You want to throw their
Olsen.
name out? Oh, Mason Olsen? I hear he's pretty good. Do you have any standout wins this year?
Yeah.
Besides all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite this year? Your favorite win?
The round 2 at E Street.
Round 2? That's a fun track. Do you have any gnarly crashes this season?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell me about that.
At 95 when it was super windy and I was going up the scrub jump at the finish line, I crashed and dislocated my shoulder.
Oh, but you're all better now, huh?
Yeah.
Left shoulder or right shoulder?
Left shoulder.
Oh, dang. What's your favorite track here in this BBMX series?
Hangtown.
Hangtown? For any reason?
The hills.
The hills? I saw you throwing it over that big step up, too. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who's this guy next to you?
My dad.
What's his name?
Billy Smith.
Can he introduce himself?
Yeah.
I'm Curtis Smith. That's my son Billy.
Love it. What do you like most about watching your boy ride?
It's cool to see him out there. It's so scary, and to see him overcome that and be able to go out there and mix it up with all these kids is just cool to watch.
It's such an individual sport.
It's just a life lesson.
I love it. He crashes, it's on him, right?
Yep. He's got nobody to blame but himself.
Yep, absolutely. Tell me what it's like to be a coach and a mentor towards your son.
It's awesome. It's fulfilling. It's frustrating. It's all at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
it's just really cool to just be able to see him out there and doing his thing and feel like you've helped him a little bit at least along the way.
Are you his own personal mechanic too?
Oh yeah.
Long nights in the garage.
Long nights in the garage. We're starting to have Moto Source do a little bit of stuff
Yeah.
for us, but up until recently, we've done everything on our own. But
Love it. What's your favorite track to watch him ride?
I love this place.
You love this place?
Yeah.
This one's
a lot
fun, huh?
of people kind of got a little something against Winnemucca, but we love coming out here.
Yeah, the turns are
fun.
hands down the best at this track.
Yep.
Going back to Billy.
Oh shucks.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Is there anybody else that you would like to thank who get you out here? Your sponsors, obviously your family. Is there anybody you want to throw out here? This is going to be seen by a lot of people. There's millions of people that are going to see this on YouTube.
Oh. My mom, my dad, Aries Alignment, Flow Vision, Fly Racing, RMS, Alpine Stars, Vertex Pistons, and everyone else.
How about any upcoming goals? You got any goals set for the 2024 season?
To race Mammoth on my
Mammoth?
85.
You're going to get there on your 85?
Hopefully.
I'm telling you, man. Good for you. Do you have any advice for new riders that are up and coming, maybe just starting?
To just have fun first
Have fun?
before you try to do anything crazy.
Love it. Love it. All right, one last thing. Can you do your best two-stroke noise? Really great interviews. Really appreciate the Hatfield family out there for getting those interviews done. I know they've joined as part of the leadership team for Battleborn. But if you guys haven't checked out Battleborn, definitely make sure you guys check them out this next year. They're going to have another, I think it's like 11 or 12 race series. They haven't posted it yet, but it'll be coming up soon. So we're going to go ahead and read off some race results from Winnemucca. This was on the 12th of November. Let's go ahead and start with the Sportsman B class. 250, 125. The way that they do theirs in Battleborn is the 125 two-stroke 250F, and they label the classes 125, 250, and this is the B class. So first place goes to Zach Larson, going 2-1 for first place. Just beating out his brother James Larson, going 1-2, so they just swapped. Third place went to Tay Pepper, going 3-3, and then Jackson Fry went 4-4 for fourth overall, and then Preston Reynolds went 6-5 for fifth overall. So great job, guys.
Let's go ahead and skip to one of the mini bike classes. Let's go ahead and read off the race results for, let's go 65, 9 and under. First place went to Colin Black going 1-1. Second place went to Owen Brown going 2-2. Ducati Fayette going 3-3 for third overall. Charlie Bagan went 4-4. Charlie, finally got the last name right. Bagan. Sorry for saying it wrong all these years. Going 4-4. And then we have Parker Hatfield, after his big crash out at East Street, going 6-5, putting himself in the top 5. Great job, boys. And then let's go ahead and read off the last class. Let's go ahead and choose the Open C&D class. We haven't read these off before. So first place went to Matthew Burns going 1-1. Zachary O'Neill going 4-2. Nathan Rippey going 2-4 for third overall. Mason Burns going 5-5 for fourth overall. And AJ Hubbard going 8-3 for fifth overall. Great job, guys. Really love the Battleborn group. Excited to see what they're going to have next year. And then as far as this rest of this episode, we do have a few other race results. We have both Battleborn. We have both Riverfront and then Wilseyville Cross Country race results we want to read off. Because of how long this episode is, we're going to go ahead and move them to the next series, the next episode, where we're going to cover the final of the rep racing. We're going to announce some championship winners, go over some race footage from them as well. And then we'll also cover the Wilseyville race that Outdoor Media 77 was out there filming as well. So super excited for this series to keep going. Again, we're going to switch it to a bi-weekly. Thanks again to BBL Tile and Construction for sponsoring. Real excited about that. Again, if that was you that won the prize, make sure you went back and you listened to your name be called out and reach out to us, and we'll go ahead and pay for your next race entry. Thanks to BBL Tile and Construction. They're going to sponsor the next episode, so we're going to give away something else. If you guys think we should give away a race entry, or if you think we should give away some oil, some air filter, maybe a fender or two, something for your bike, let us know what you guys think down in the comments. But like, subscribe, and then we'll see you guys here in the next couple weeks with the Moto Zone. I'm Chris Budd. Have a great one.